So we like to watch it together?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
And I think if sort of they feel that you're doing the right thing, you can only be sort of true to yourself, and you sort of have to ignore.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
The royal family has always lived under the weight of centuries of expectation, but rarely has the balance of power behind palace walls felt so fragile. In recent weeks, the tension inside Buckingham Palace has reached a boiling point, with Queen Camilla, Princess and Catherine, and even the memory of the late Queen Elizabeth pulling the monarchy in competing directions. The stakes are nothing less than the future of the crown itself. What began as whispers of discontent has now exploded into a visible struggle, and behind it all, insiders say, lies a question of who truly holds the keys to the monarchy's survival. It started, as so often with the royals, in the smallest of gestures. Queen Camilla, long dismissed by sections of the public as an other woman, had worked for decades to rehabilitate her image. When King Charles finally took the throne, her elevation to queen consort was supposed to cement her position. Yet for all the public smiles, sources say Camilla has grown restless. She has begun acting not merely as supportive wife, but as a sovereign in her own right, pressing into the role with a boldness that unsettles even her allies. Those close to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, describe her as quietly alarmed by Camilla's newfound assertiveness, interpreting it not as confidence but as overreach. The tension spilled into the open during a recent private meeting at Clarence's house. According to multiple insiders, what began as a discussion of ceremonial duties turned into a heated exchange between Camilla and Catherine. Catherine, ever the embodiment of composure, reportedly cautioned against Camilla taking too prominent a role in affairs traditionally left to the heir and his consort. Camilla, unbowed, reminded Catherine that she was now queen and deserved the authority of that title. Words were exchanged, voices raised. For those in attendance, it was a startling glimpse into the raw contest for influence that had long been bubbling beneath the surface. It was Princess Anne, the king's indomitable sister, who stepped into the fray. Known for her no-nonsense demeanor, and has never sought the limelight, but her influence in private is undeniable. She is said to have sided with Catherine, warning Camilla that any attempt to eclipse William and Catherine would destabilize the monarchy at a time when stability is desperately needed. To Anne, the future of the crown is not negotiable. It lies squarely with William and his family, as the late Queen Elizabeth always intended. And this, insiders say, is where the shadow of Elizabeth looms largest. For even in death, her preferences in private council remain a compass for the royals who still revere her judgment. According to palace aides, Elizabeth made it abundantly clear during her final years that she saw William and Catherine as the monarchy's true modernizers. While she respected Camilla's loyalty to Charles, she never envisioned Camilla wielding lasting power. The role of queen consort was to be supportive, transitional, not dominant. But Camilla, emboldened by her title and Charles's reliance on her, has begun to test those boundaries. For Catherine and Anne, this is nothing less than a betrayal of Elizabeth's vision, a rewriting of the monarchy's future. The clash has left King Charles caught in the middle. Struggling with his own health concerns and desperate to project unity, he has pleaded with his family to present a united front. Yet even he cannot ignore the strain. At a recent event, cameras captured a telling moment. As Catherine greeted well-wishers with a trademark warmth, Camilla's smile seemed strained, her glance lingering just a moment too long. Body language experts were quick to dissect the exchange, noting the subtle stiffness, the unspoken tension between two women who know the stakes of every public appearance. It was a reminder that the monarchy is not merely a family but a stage, where every glance can carry the weight of history. Arthur Edwards, the veteran royal photographer who has chronicled the Windsors for decades, captured the atmosphere with characteristic bluntness. What you're seeing, he explained, isn't just two women disagreeing. This is the monarchy wrestling with itself. Camilla wants to secure her place. Catherine wants to protect hers. And the one making sure nobody forgets what the Queen really wanted. His words cut to the heart of the matter. This isn't about personalities. It's about legacy. Indeed, legacy is a word that now hangs over Buckingham Palace like a storm cloud. The late Queen Elizabeth spent 70 years crafting an image of continuity and stability. Her reign was a bridge across eras, holding the monarchy together through wars, divorces, scandals, and social upheaval. But without her, the foundation feels less certain. Camilla's assertiveness, Catherine's quiet steel, and loyalty to Elizabeth's vision, all are colliding in a moment that could redefine the monarchy for generations. The public, too, has begun to notice. Polls show that while Charles and Camilla command a measure of respect, it is William and Catherine who remain the monarchy's strongest assets. Their popularity, particularly among younger generations, far outstrips that of Charles and Camilla, and yet every sign of discord risks undermining that strength. Already, tabloids have seized on reports of frosty exchanges and palace rifts, headlines that revive memories of Diana's struggles and the turmoil of the 1990s. For a monarchy still rebuilding its image, such stories are poison. Behind the scenes, advisors are scrambling to contain the fallout. One senior aide confided that the biggest fear is not an outright rupture, but a slow erosion of confidence. If the public starts to believe the monarchy is divided, the aide warned, then everything unravels. We've seen it before. We can't let it happen again. To that end, efforts are being made to choreograph appearances carefully, ensuring that Camilla, Catherine, and Anne are seen working together, however reluctantly. But insiders admit that such unity is often a facade. The real battles, they say, are fought in private, in drawing rooms and corridors where cameras cannot reach. And yet, even those walls have ears. Leaks from the palace, once rare, have become more frequent. Some point to Camilla's circle, eager to assert her authority. Others suspect allies of Catherine, determined to defend her position. The result is a steady drip of intrigue into the press, each story fanning the flames of speculation. For Arthur Edwards, who has witnessed countless royal dramas, this feels different. This isn't just gossip, he remarked. This is a power struggle, and the people inside know exactly what's at stake. At the heart of it all is a question of succession. While Charles remains on the throne, his reign is never to be seen as a bridge to William. For many, William and Catherine represent not just the next chapter, but the monarchy's best hope for survival in a skeptical age. Camilla's attempt to carve out a more central role, however, complicate that narrative. They risk casting the monarchy as a house divided, torn between honoring the present and preparing for the future. Anne, fiercely protective of her nephew and his family, has made it her mission to ensure that William's path remains clear. Those close to her say she views this not merely as duty but as loyalty to Elizabeth herself.